everybody, I am Anjindra. Obviously that is a screen name. You might also know me as Queen Aliera from the Elder Scrolls. Girls always use a screen name. It's just safer on the internet. We've been doing it since 1993. I ran across this in Facebook Game Room. Actually on Facebook while I was playing Quiztopia, it's the last video that I put out. Way too much, and I lost my mind. I was like, this looks like the coolest, so I thought I'd bring you guys along and check it out. It's Zootopia Crime Files from Disney. I have a special place in my heart for Disney games because I know a little bit what goes on behind the scenes with their storyboarding, and I know how much effort they put into it, so I'm able to offer a little bit of inside look on them. Okay, officers, here's your first case. A statue was stolen from the Natural History Museum and dropped off at Savannah Central Station. Check out the crime scene to find clues. How cool! If you do have a natural history museum in your city, do make sure to visit it. They put on exhibits regularly. They're extraordinarily education and they're really fun. So where did it say to go? The Savannah Central Station. So let's check it out. I don't know where that's located. I assume it's a made-up place. Savannah does not have a central station. Their international airport is even located in Pooler. They don't have a subway station at all. They use buses. Ready? Investigate. Book, flag, garbage bag, red fabric. You are awesome. If you need help, your backup can give you a hint. Try it now. Do you want to be my backup? You want to be my help for Zootopia? Push button. There's the flag and there's the red fabric. Great, now find the remaining 3 items. Balloon, garbage bag, red fabric. Okay. So the torn fabric is a really good clue. Scene cleared. Good job. We're rocking it. Final score. So it's a little bit of a seek and find so far. We are apparently solving a mystery and the red fabric is important. I like the fact that it's a clue rather than just an object that you need to solve puzzles. So it's more solving a mystery and less of a puzzle game. At least that's what it looks like so far. And we are very clearly a part of a detective team with Mr. Fox and Ms. Rabbit. Judy Hopps. Statue was found in a puddle of water with a scrap of red fabric in its mouth. What does that mean? It means we analyze the fabric at the lab, Carrots. What is this, your first case? So Nick Wilde wants to know if we're new. Well, I know all about detective work. I wrote a book, so you do a lot of research. There's only so much you can get from analyzing the fabric. But you can find things like, well, maybe not so much fingerprints on a fabric, but, you know, whatever detritus happens to be stuck to it, it'll give you clues. Hopefully some of it'll be, you know, niche. Here's your task list. It lists the current tasks to help you complete the investigation. Let's go to the lab and analyze this clue. I have analyzed in no time flat. Thank you, Senior Sloth. Let's find out what we can find out. We are going to run everywhere. I feel incredibly motivated. The fabric was clearly torn from the shirt of whoever moved this statue. There's a clothing label on it, size XXXL rodent. It would help if it had a producer as well. The hat that I wear to get along with my internet homies, usually broke right, actually has a very unique tag in it because I bought it from a certain place. So for instance, if you found this hat, you could track it back to me. Not easily, but you could. In other words, small. So we know the culprit is small and wears a red shirt. Let's take a closer look at the crime scene. Red shirt and small. Okay. So we're going to go back, then we're going to look around now that we know that the culprit is small and was wearing a red shirt. The clue has been analyzed. We're going to go visit the train platform again. Ooh, we're going to a different part of it. So we're going to do the thing where like they go into the police tape and check around and see what CSI has found and everything like that. So we're the detectives. We're not crime scene investigators this time. That's pretty cool. So far the story is moving along at a very quick pace. That's pretty normal for a kid's game. They don't go in for a whole lot of reading, even if your parents do help you read along. It's nice that the things that they're putting out there are brief. Oh, that is a detective's badge. So, ready, investigate. Flag note beach ball donut. Flag donut beach ball note flag. Oh, there's the flag. That's a flag. It counts. Watermelon. Note. Oh, that's a note? Holy cow. Saliva covered note. Who down with OCD? You know me. Scene cleared. I think we get a time bonus too. Ooh, I did use the hints once, so I lost out on my hints bonus, but that's okay. So, if you guys ever need me to sponsor something, energy drinks, drink them in like every single one. I usually just hide it from you. Some people have bad habits. I just do endurance sports, so I drink energy drinks. It's how I avoid my adult bad habits. When you get older and all of your friends want to do something, just pop an energy drink instead. It says you're tough. It's a good alternative. Loading. Like, I think I'm the rabbit. I don't know if, like, maybe you're a dude and you think you're the fox. This note was pinned to the train. Someone is trying to tell us something? The note is wet and slimy, so gross. Let's clean it up so we can see what it says. Okay, so we visited it. We need to examine the gross note. Ew. Let's check it out. In like their mouth. At least they're probably tiny and furry and cute, right? So it won't be the worst thing I've done all day. I used to change diapers. It's not too bad. I don't think they were literate. But they did sign it with a C and a crown. Chickens are small. Cockatrices, cockatoos. What else? So the sea cats are small. Right, Flute? Flute's a teacup kitty. She's 7 pounds. It's the biggest she got. Do you have a red t-shirt? Is there something you're not telling me about? The note was covered in saliva. It must have been someone's mouth, which means that the culprit has cheek pouches. Chipmunks are small. Good observation. The note says history is about to be rewritten for the weather, and there's a weird symbol in the bottom. Friend of yours? Hardly. Bogo's rounded up 2 suspects. Let's see if they match our culprit. New culprit trait. So they're little, they have a red t-shirt, and they have cheek pouches. Probably a C in their name, but we're not sure. The police will go out and question people. If you're a suspect, they'll bring you in, feed you bad coffee. Like I said, I did a lot of research. And they'll just basically get a little bit more information out of you before generally letting you go. So there's nothing to worry about if you happen to be around a crime. You always want to help the cops and tell them exactly what you saw, and be safe. So if for some reason somebody saw you and you think they're dangerous, just tell the cops that. They're your friends. They're there to help you. This case has 2 suspects. Compare their profiles to find the one who's guilty. Let's check out this suspect's detailed information first. He looks scary, but that doesn't mean that it's him. Dribs, conspiracy theorist. Let's look at the second suspect and compare the 2. So we have a conspiracy theorist, but he doesn't meet our profile at all. What we're really looking for is somebody who actually committed a crime, not just somebody who's scary. If they're scary, that's on your parents and you have to be careful and safe. Is he the one that's guilty? Ooh, I'm not sure now. Let's go back to the suspect lineup. Now accuse the suspect that matches the guilty culprit's file. 5 acorns tall, pleasingly plump, beady hamster. Ooh, a hamster with roomy cheeks. I did not even think of that. So that's called bringing somebody in. Now, if the cops get a bunch of information together and they have reason to believe that somebody is involved in a crime, they won't just ask them to come down to the station. What they'll do is they'll get a warrant and they'll bring them in. They can keep them for up to 48 hours on suspicion of a crime, but a warrant will allow them to hold them. So if for any reason, like you get a traffic ticket or whatever and you don't have whatever paperwork or whatever, the cops can hold on to you, but they need a warrant for any real crime. So you're never in any danger from the police. They're your friends, so just always tell them exactly what's going on. Merle, you're under arrest for vandalism and drilling on evidence. Why'd you do it? I was just following orders, but I won't say from whom. I'm a hamster, not a rat. Uh-oh, it looks like he has criminal buddies, and those are scary. They're called gangs, and we stay away from them. I knew that statue was too big for you to move by yourself, and that note was too clever for you to write. Sounds like we might have a villainous mastermind on our paws. That's the kind of thing that's only cool in cartoons, and again, like I said, if you think that somebody saw you and you're anywhere near something that the police are investigating, let them know that, and they'll take care to protect you. You won't necessarily have to talk about it, and that'll keep you safe. Okay, enough chat. There's been another crime. Flora and fauna have been vandalized, and someone left you a business card. Somebody is playing cat and mouse. That means that they're really not nice people. Sometimes people have really, really bad self-esteem, and they want to be mean to other people. And it's stupid, but it's true, and it extends all the way up to the police, and it's not very smart. The symbol on this card matches the one on the saliva-covered note. Officer Wilde, let's go catch us a mastermind. It helps their self-esteem to talk back to people who are powerful. You earned a bronze medal for arresting the culprit. It's really sad when you're an adult and your self-esteem is that bad. But unfortunately, they do talk to other bad guys and they do compare notes. So they do go ahead and do that. What you gonna do? Bad guys are people just like anybody else. Like I said, it's on you to stay away from scary people, but when you get involved with the police, you're dealing with a whole nother world, because everything that they investigate is a crime, and that's outside of our world. I mean, we don't commit crimes, so we don't really understand what goes into it and what it is that we're protecting ourselves from just by living a good life. Sometimes people think the police are scary and they're really not. What they are is very, very stern, and you do have to be careful because you don't want to be rude to somebody who's very, very stressed out. And it is a stressful job. Look, there's already another case to solve. Maybe we'll be able to find out more about this villainous mastermind. So see, we're on case number 2, and what we're trying to get to is the pattern. Like, what is causing this? And sometimes it's something simple like a heat wave will actually cause more crime. So sometimes it's not a person. But sometimes it is, and that's what people tend to write stories about, is just stuff that they're not familiar with, you know, stuff where, like, there is a villainous mastermind, and it is creating a pattern, and what could that be like? Because, you know, you live in the suburbs or whatever, I'm, like, spitballing here, but you live in the suburbs or whatever, and you've just really never come into contact with that. So you go out and you do the research and you write a book. So that's what people tend to write books about. Rather than there being a heat wave or something interesting, or excuse me, innocent, they'll pick something interesting instead. So your video games, your books and that, it'll tend to be about a person, or well, a theoretical person. It's illegal if it's about a person, unless they've signed a waiver. Well, officers, it appears we have a series of connected crimes, and that strange symbol is the link between them. Figure out what it is. Clawhauser will brief you. I'm done talking. So they send us over to another precinct, and we're going to work with other detectives because we're outside of our jurisdiction. Thanks, Chief Bogo. Okay, guys, are you ready to get your paws dirty? Flora and fauna have been vandalized. Has been vandalized. It's the place. That's why I asked if you're ready to get your paws dirty, because there's dirt everywhere. Get it? Seeds of doubt. And that's why it pays to be a good cop, because you do have to get along with other policemen. Let's visit the scene of the crime. Let's see what this vandalism is all about. Actually, we'll pause right here. This is Zootopia Crime Investigation. I thought it was really, really cool. I wanted to see how they storyboarded something that is essentially a seek and find, and they did go ahead and make it more of a mystery, which is awesome. They do explore villains, which they do a lot in Disney, so I'm trying to kind of like keep that inside of the family friendly zone, because Disney really does have a name that's associated with that, and that's something you have to be very careful about when you're in any sort of media business. So definitely pay attention to that. I am so glad you came along for the ride. I'm in Jindra. This is What to Play Next. Drop us a like and subscribe. That way you can keep up on everything that's awesome in gaming. So thank you for watching, and much love.